What's up guys, Cash back again, and for those of you who may have tried to log into Avengers yesterday on PS5 to try out the new patch 2.3 updates, you more than likely were met with a bug that caused the game to crash in the middle of Nick Fury's introduction video, which of course had to be upsetting, but if you caught my video from last night then you hopefully used the campaign reset workaround to get access to Avengers Initiative without any issues. But even for those of us who were able to log in successfully yesterday, it wasn't a completely smooth experience because there was also a bug for Thor's raid gear that caused him to do 0 damage to enemies, and if you were affected by this bug, I found that removing the melee or ranged raid gear seems to fix the issue, so try that out and hopefully it works for you. And while I know this isn't a great look for the game's first big update of the year, this particular issue isn't really the fault of the Avengers dev team because it's an issue that stems from the latest update for the PS5, which we're still unclear if that's been fixed on Sony's end just yet. So I 100% understand being upset, and you can blame them for all the game's other flaws and problems with no contest, but yesterday's issues for PS5 players wasn't the dev's fault, and they are working to address it and are hoping to have a solution for it by tomorrow. But what exactly did the update bring, and did it deliver on the things it said it would? Well, right off the bat, you're introduced to new tutorial videos of Nick Fury explaining all the new changes to the game and where to find different things like fashion missions, and while it's cool to actually see him aboard the helicarrier, it doesn't really do much for veteran players, which was known going into the update. We got new changes for how things are presented on the war table, like villain sectors and elite villain sectors and vault missions, and we got new missions for the wasteland and the snowy tundra. The new Taskmaster villain sector is as underwhelming as you all probably expected and adds nothing new in terms of gameplay or narrative. He has no dialogue whatsoever, and the mission is just a Maestro mission with Taskmaster swapping in for Maestro this time. They made changes to the wasteland by adding more greenery and trees, but outside of that it's the same as it's always been, so don't expect changes on that front. But they did make the elite villain sectors and elite vault missions more rewarding by allowing players to earn exotic gear from these missions on top of getting units now for completing the mission. They added a ton of new gear for the game with different perks and changes added, like Kate Bishop's smoke arrow now applying status like shock, and you can now play through the weekly Mega Hive mission chain with every hero individually instead of just one hero per week as before. You can also now gain exotic checkpoint rewards while playing the raid after every major checkpoint, so that players are rewarded in the event they're disconnected before reaching the end of the raid. They also rolled out new changes to matchmaking, with one being the new option to kick players from the strike team, which of course is going to cause problems, but it is a needed feature for a game like this. And when players use the join quick match option or join in on the strike team, you load straight into the Quinjet now instead of going to the main menu first. I didn't play the raid yesterday, but I did try out matchmaking a little for a couple missions, and while it did seem to take a bit longer, I think it's more so because of the issue with most players not actually being able to access the game yesterday. So I'll test it out again once a patch is out for that, but the OLT still functions as normal, with players disconnecting still being a possibility. I'll try out the Avengers Initiative from a fresh account to see how the Nick Fury experience really pans out, but from what I've seen of the update so far, it is designed to keep newer players engaged while giving veteran players new ways to gain exotics with fun new perks. This wasn't the patch that was going to turn the game around for most players, but essentially it is needed for the long term, and if you've been playing this game between launch and now, you know that no update for this game comes bug free or without problems. Hopefully they can do better with quality testing future content releases, but to their credit, they have kept us updated with communication more as of late, so hopefully that continues, but the roadmap absolutely has to have some big wins for them after this rough start to the new year. But those are my thoughts on the latest patch. Let me know down below what you guys think about the new changes, and if you haven't had a chance to try them out yet because of the bugs on PS5, check out my video from yesterday to learn the workaround for it until a patch is released. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe because I have more Marvel's Avengers content dropping every week. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.